Hello, everyone. Welcome to Spirit Sessions, A View of the Light. We are so happy you can join us today. We have an amazing show in store for everyone today with Jessica Amala Dawn, who's going to talk about how we can bring back joy and freedom. I know we're ready for that this year. We need a lot more than what we've been giving ourselves lately, right? So we're going to be super excited to be able to share that with you today. And also, please take a moment to share this out. Invite your friends. At the end of the show, we're going to announce the winner of last week's Share It Out. And whoever shares out the most this week will win a session with Rhonda. So make sure you guys share this out. We've got so many awesome fans and viewers that you guys are doing a great job sharing it out. So keep going. And before we get to the show, we're going to pass it over to Teresa real quick because she has something she wants to say.
All right, our family. It's beautiful when we come together just to enjoy things, but sometimes we need to send love and healing out around the world. And so one of our family members out there is Karath, and let's send healing and love to his family. Just put the family in your hearts. They're out of South Africa, and we just love him, and he's doing a lot taking care of his parents. And I didn't ask if I could tell you guys all the details, but just let's send a little love that way. You know it's going to help so much. And right back to you. Oh, Deepal, I do. At the end, I'm going to announce about the global gathering at the end. I'm going to invite everyone. So right now, we're going to hand it over to Rhonda, who's going to share with us our amazing guest.
Thanks, Teresa. Now, I met Jessica last year, just before I on the Akashic Academy retreat in California. And Jessica, when I first met her, I thought, oh, a fairy queen. Because when you see, you can feel the fairy energy coming from her. And we talked about fairies. And the first thing we did was some flower alchemy. We made some flower alchemy elixirs with our Lemurian seed crystals to get the energy going. It was such a wonderful class that she taught us, took us step by step how to make these wonderful elixirs, and we were just captivated by her and her light language, and I couldn't wait to take classes from her on the retreat. And we made some flower essences right there in the Mount Shasta area, so we have those to take home with us, and we use them every day. They're wonderful elixirs. But I wanted you to meet her because she has a huge message. She is a master healer, and she has many modalities, and she's just you'll just when you see her and meet her, she has the most beautiful light language I've ever heard. It's just a beautiful song that comes in. So she'll be sharing some of that with us today. But first, I want to let you meet Jessica. And Jessica, could you tell us, like, how did this all start with you? I know you probably were born with it, but when did you discover you had it?
Yeah, thank you so much for those kind words, Rhonda. It means a lot to me. I really appreciate it. I, I think that you're right. I think that a lot of my gifts I had some connection to for most of my life, but a lot of them were like very suppressed and very much like, not trusting of myself for quite a long time. And, I wasn't growing up in an atmosphere that was like highly spiritual. And so there was this focus on the material world, and just making the most out of community in the material world. So I went down this route of going into landscape architecture and making beautiful gardens, which was like this beginning of my deep connection with plants and working with plants as a healing medium. And what ended up happening was there was various events that happened throughout my life that were like wake up calls to realizing there was like more. And, when I was in my mid-20s, I had this mass experience where I was like totally crushed, basically. Like my heart was like ripped out of my chest. I literally went through this like very sudden ego death experience. And I saw the light everywhere in every single person, including myself. And I could see everyone's radiance, like, I guess kind of like you could say, kind of like maybe like seeing auras, but it was really more just seeing the light in every person and in everything. And yet even then I didn't, because there was so much confusion. Like I didn't quickly then go down pursuing my spiritual path as a career. It took really the dissolution of my life, my family, my marriage with a small child to really wake me up and force me to appreciate who I really am and adopt my gifts and go on my own path and really trust my own spirituality and my inner wisdom. And what happened to really spark that actually was an accident. And my father-in-law at the time, he became a quadriplegic. And it was a very, very difficult, scary situation. And suddenly my ex at the time had to like fully take over a business. And I had just quit a job to go take on a new, very like demanding job. And everything was kind of fell apart. Like there was no community support. There was just no support for dealing with a very difficult situation of having to step in and take over a business and dealing with a parent who is like now like needing full-time care and having a small child that needed full-time care. And it really revealed a lot of things to me about community, around who I really was, around what my marriage was like lacking that I was able to overlook in easier times. And so, I really understand what it's like to go through really hard times and really what a gift they are to come into our true selves. And I know a lot of people in the collective are going through that right now, where they feel like they're being pushed to their breaking point. And that, as hard as it is actually a gift to letting go of the masks that you had to fit in, to like coming into your true self. So, and from there, that was when I had a massive heart awakening. I started taking classes. I started to like expand my psychic and spiritual gifts. I started activating my DNA. I started speaking light language. I started getting attuned to my ancient wisdom around flower essences and how to prepare them. And I studied that, and I learned about the Akashic records and all these things that I, in past lives, studied and had connections with. They all started to come back really fast. And now I do like energy readings, energy channelings, and it's pretty awesome. It's a total life change for me, and I love it.
It's really special that you can do all that. I love how a lot of our stories are the same. We've had to go through that dark night of the soul to actually see our soul. It's almost like we have to be in the darkness before we can see our own light. And a lot of people have had that experience, and a lot of healers have had that experience. It's that wounded healer kind of thing that you have to realize, and you can share that empathy, that feeling with a lot of other people. So now you're working, your sort of your healing has evolved a little differently now. So tell us a little bit about how you see us moving into the 5D from here and how you can facilitate that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, there is, well, for one thing, there are new healing modalities for a 5D, for the fifth dimensional healing that is needed while still kind of in a 3D world. So one of those healing modalities that's more up and coming that I've been certified in is Lemurian healing. And that works directly from my higher self through to the client's higher self. And it's really fascinating how it works. They're very subtle and they're not that long, but they do shift things in a really powerful way, even though it's like another level of hands off from even like a Reiki session. So it's almost like the more far back you go, like the more you can heal. Because for me, when I did the certification, what it healed out was the death of a friend like a decade ago that was like very sad. And I remember the funeral was very sad. He was a young guy in his 20s. And I didn't even realize that I still needed healing around that. And it was not at all even my intention, but it's just like, it's a miraculous healing that gets to things that you don't even know you have still in there that are blocking you from fully embracing your divine blueprint. And that is like what 2021 is all about. It's all going to be about activating the pineal gland, and activating that creator cell, and from there being able to like unfold your divine blueprint in your DNA. So because we've done so much work up until now, healing the heart, oh my gosh, shadow work, inner child work, trauma work, you know, and also like, and the exterior of that, right, has been all this stuff about fighting against the dark, like all the dark forces in the world coming up, right? Just as all the dark stuff about our inner child comes up is not a coincidence, right? Because the outside has been in a lot of ways reflecting what's been happening on the inside. And now all of that, we're coming to a sort of, it's not done yet, but we're coming to a completion of a lot of that this year, because so much is coming out into the light this year. So, and like, it just, I'm really excited because, like, yes, we're going to see a larger group of people in the collective that are maybe still in those stages of just starting to come into the inner child healing. But for people who've been on this journey in a while, they're going to be, like I said, going into that next level of, you know, awakening the divine blueprint, moving out of duality, you know, accessing the trinitized self, accessing your Christed self, which is, you know, that next level beyond your higher self, and merging that aspect as well. Even like for some people, starting to merge the I am presence above that. And like from that, becoming these balanced magician alchemists, co-creators of reality. So it's a very powerful space that we're moving into, that we're calling, you know, 5D. So
That's incredible. We were talking about bringing back the joy, because this year is an action year. If you look at the angel number, it's an action year. It's an action year of healing ourselves and giving time to ourselves. And that's what our ancestors really wanted from us, was that point of self-healing. And that's what they've really been asking for, is the better way we can be. So I just want to, because I'm so excited. Can you do some meditation and some of that, and we can talk about more about what you do after you. I like to show people what you do. So if you'd like to do some light language for the group that's here, and maybe bring some of that meditation and healing into this space right now, if you'd like.
Yeah, I'm kind of feeling called to start with a little bit of light language, and then open it up into maybe some guided meditation from there. But it just feels like it'll have some nice coding to unlock things for people. And so if anyone here is unfamiliar with that, it is light frequencies that are encoded to unlock, you know, basically certain aspects of your DNA that have been kind of shut down because of various reasons, including trauma. You can all kind of summarize it to trauma of different kinds. And so we're reawakening that, and it really clears out the densities. It's like my little key tool. So let's get into it and just get yourself centered. You can close your eyes and take a deep breath. And just open yourself to receive. Say, I am open to fully receive this healing and activation and reconnection with my greatest truth and all that I am. And also, they're asking me to focus specifically on your crown chakra, and seeing a very large ball of light in your crown chakra that's expanding and opening up space for a crystalline plasma light column to descend through your crown chakra, through your entire ascension column, through all of your chakras, and just allowing that crystalline plasma column to expand fully, anchoring you, rooting you fully in this fifth dimensional matrix of light. And we will begin. Nea, nea korea asati, asati ako asa, o asatariaka, o tara tara karisi, Noya, no, Naria Tatariasi, Atua Tea Kasi, Neya, Neya Kuratia, Neya. Ah, yaka, orashia, ha, pariata, pariata, no, siaka, kareapa, parisi, oa, shiaka, kaitiaka, oyato, oashia, no, asia, pati. Atia okaika no asiti o asha ota okai o ata no asia o aki o otra o kia taisia tu ta koisia no ata tria ya ta toriaka tia turaha no ashiapa what Hey, toa priaka, noa na shiataka, noa diaka, o asia dora, noa ta poshi, o chia, o priaka dora, nakare te titia potarasi, o toaka, o tia toriaka korea shiata. Matakia toa tata ya toreshi nasia ta noya shana aka yaka tayashi no. Taking a deep breath in, burning out through your mouth, pursed lips, and grounding yourself into your space. You can put your palms of your hands facing up, fully receiving, opening up your root chakra now, opening it up fully, grounding fully into the new earth, crystalline grid. You're totally safe here, beyond all survival mechanisms, beyond all anxiety, beyond all stress or fear, beyond all of the worries of the old paradigm, beyond all peril, beyond all dogma, beyond all politics, beyond all economy, beyond all destruction, and beyond all demonic forces. You are grounded and rooted in perfect love, in perfect crystalline Christed presence in this heaven on earth, new earth reality. And bringing your attention to your heart, feeling this glowing light spinning in your heart, very soft, gentle, glowing, very light pink orb of light in your heart. And stepping forward from this orb of light is a beautiful pale pink rose. And it's the rose of heart healing. It's the rose of Lady Nada. It's the rose of releasing the grief and the burdens and the heartbreaks that no longer belong to you. that you can let go of now. You can be free. As you receive these rose codes and this love and light and gentle nurturing of this compassionate, nurturing heart of Lady Nada, know that you are one. You are complete. You are whole, and nothing about your heart is broken. It is as if your heart was never broken at all. And each and every moment from this now present moment forward is yours to expand in freedom and joy. And feeling tears of joy, weeping for your freedom. Weeping for the merging of your third dimensional reality with your fifth dimensional heaven on earth reality, where your suffering and your separation and your brokenness are no more. And in the center of that beautiful rose and that beautiful soft pink ball of light, another light emerges from the center of your heart. A beautiful, brilliant point of diamond white light. It is the source point of your creator self, directly connected to the great central sun and all that is, and allowing this beautiful point of light the permission to be received by you with your open hands and your open heart and your own self-compassion and your own self-forgiveness and your own forgiveness of the mistakes of others, allowing that point of light to be fully received and expanded throughout your entire body. Feeling this diamond white light of Creator filling your entire being, rendering you pristine, whole, perfect. Feeling every cell in your body awakening, refining, alchemizing to this vibrant source energy. Feeling into your hands and seeing a beautiful ball of white light in each of your hands. And then one of the lights was now going to be free to be imbued with a blue light. So you can imbue that white ball of light with the blue flame of ascension and truth. And then out of the other ball of light in your other hand, see a red flame emerge. It's the red flame of passion and integrity and justice. And now focusing back onto your third eye, in the center of your forehead. And imagining a beautiful violet flame a gold and violet flame emerging in the center of your forehead. Bringing you into total balance, bringing you into the full restoration of your power. And finally, seeing a beautiful green radiant light emerging from the center of your heart and shining and radiating out in front of you. You are the master alchemist. You are present. You are peaceful. You are free of all past burdens of lack or limitation, of power games, of manipulation, of control, of being rendered overly emotional, of being lied to. It's all clear, and your power has been fully restored. You have everything you need to dream, to be inspired, to inspire, to create all of the new and beautiful, wonderful ideas and creations, the seeds of this new earth reality. Knowing that these seeds are infants, they're babies, and that these baby seeds need to be nurtured, and they need to rest, and that they need time to grow, and that all beautiful, wonderful things take time. And that as you move forward, all of this whole paradigm that you've just released may continue to slough off. It may continue to release as the days go forward. And all is well. And to allow for this amazing time of transition, of this final shedding of your old, and the planting and nurturing of these seeds of your new. Knowing that you're unstoppable. Knowing that this is it and this is your time. Bringing your energy back to your crown chakra. Now receiving another big, beautiful ray, golden ray, ascension ray from God's source creator and from Krishna through your crown. It passes past your third eye, your pineal gland, through your throat, your high heart, your thalamus, your heart, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, and down, anchoring into this beautiful, rich, fertile, abundant soil of your new earth. Creator alchemy is here. Your freedom alchemy is here. You have arrived. And so it is. And so it is. And so it is. Just take one more deep breath. And when you're ready, just slowly, just bring yourself back into this space, into this present moment. There's no rush whatsoever. We just went on a big dimensional journey, and now we're arriving back to receive all of this in this moment.
Wow, that was just amazing. Just amazing. And I'm glad our viewers got to experience that with you, because I know you had such a beautiful meditation when we were at the portal of in Shasta, at that Lemurian portal, at that doorway. We had a beautiful meditation there as well. Is this a bit like light language is sort of like solfeggio tones, isn't it? They kind of open up things in us through that frequency of sound. Is that how you think of light language, sort of, in a way, Jessica?
Yeah, it definitely opens things with us, within us. Light language can be used in so many ways, but basically, ultimately, what it's doing is it's raising the frequency, like, and it's raising the vibration. And sometimes a light language channeling can tap into a very dense energy, like a spell, and start to unlock the spell. And I would say that besides like inner child healing work, it's the other most powerful tool that I know of to really get into some of that stuff. It's really the best thing for spell work specifically. But it also helps to clear out how, a lot of spell work is tied to why people had so much inner child trauma in the first place. So it is connected, because we're not supposed to grow up really and be adults and still have all of that constant feeling of unworthiness and constantly having to go back and do the inner child work. That's because of the black magic that was put in place. Like, we're supposed to, by nature, like in Lemurian times, they had a powerful connection to God's source, and they were able to live in the flow and in gratitude in each moment, because their connection, which also, that connection exists through your DNA, was present. Like the architecture for the human. I'm just going to take a little sip of water so I can talk clearly. The architecture for Earth on a broader scale was created by the Syrians. And then there was a lot of influence by the Palladians as well on the human experience. And so a lot of these codes come from Sirius and from the Pleiades to help restore that divine architecture for humanity. And, part of how we can do that as well is with the beautiful plant essences and gem essences, because the plants have structures, spiritual structures and vibrations themselves that help create a harmonious environment for Earth. And actually part of, I'm quite clear on the fact that they also in those times had certain plants on the planet that created a very blissful environment through their frequencies that we don't have right now. Because there's been so much extinction, and, the Earth has gone through mass extinction. So I guess the other side of all of this, besides the healing work, is working, like, I think that there's going to be a bit of an awakening this year about working actually more with the Earth, if you don't already, and getting in touch with the plants and the soil, because there's a lot of Earth spiritual awakening that's going to be happening in the next year or two.
Yeah, I think people are hungry for it, especially since we're all in lockdown. I think that's part of the reason they've locked us down, is so that we don't get out in nature and don't feel that high vibe every day. But thank you so much for bringing it into us, because as soon as you started your light language, I know that my spirit felt lighter, and then that beautiful meditation while I was gone. So, that, and I'm sure a lot of us were gone. And this is a lot like what you do in your work. Now, I want to put up the link for getting on your schedule. If you want, you have a free 15-minute introduction call to everyone, or is that the way it goes?
Yeah. So there's something that I don't know. I integrated my scheduler with my website, and there's something that kind of went a little wrong. So what it's offering you is a chance to book like a free like hour session, which is totally fine. It says that there's a price there, but there is no price on it. That's just a mistake. So just, sign up for that. If you want to get to know me better, we can chat. We'll use that time to see if you would be an ideal candidate to do like a series of sessions with me, because that's generally how I prefer to work. I don't like to just do one-offs with people, because I like to see how people progress. And so, if you think you might be interested in doing a minimum of 3 sessions, you can book that with me and we can chat and see if it's a good fit, and we can go from there.
Yeah, there is something always about the 3 sessions. There's something about a magical 3, a beginning, a middle, and an ending, or, it sort of ties it up, and then you go in series of 3. I find that works too. And when I'm working with people as well. So yeah, and people say, how long? I say, well, a minimum of 3. And then you have maintenance after that. But that's because everything day stuff happens to us every day, and it's spiritual hygiene or something. I don't know. It's just great. So I've put Jessica's links in the description of the video, her website and her Facebook page. And you want people to join your Facebook group first, right? And that's a free thing that they can do right away.
Yeah. So the Facebook group is great because I'm offering people regular updates about the current energies in there, like what's going on, especially from a divine feminine perspective, like especially. And it provides people, like what I'll do with those, they're usually pretty long. They're usually, it varies. We'll just say on average, they're about 90 minutes, but sometimes they can be like even 2 hours long. Sometimes they're only an hour. And I'll do in that like a guided meditation. I'll do some sort of channeling. I'll pull, after I do the channeled message, I will pull like some cards, and I'll use a combination of tarot and oracle. And it really helps to clarify the channeled message, and like, so people can see, have a little bit of like proof about like what I'm saying, and it brings it all together really nice. And sometimes I do a little bit of light language in there as well. I usually do them like bi-weekly, and then I'll post other updates in there as well. So it's just something that I like to do to build my community, so that like people, feel like they have a little bit of ongoing support. And then I can tell people about like all sorts of different events and offers through the group. So it'd be great, to have you. If you join, you can also, in the questions, you can put your email, and I can send you a free guided meditation that I've prepared. That's called Awakening Your Truth and Ancient Wisdom. And it's a beautiful journey where you get to meet some dolphins, and it's very shamanic and magical. So if you do join and you give me your email, I can send that to you. And so those are the 2 things. I'm going to have a free event coming up that's going to be really, really exciting. And so definitely, if you want to know about that, either book a call or join the group, so that I have a way of letting you know about this free event that's going to be coming up soon.
Awesome. Bex. Oh, I guess it's Teresa. You have the question today. Question today.
I do. So imagine that you're walking up there on stage, ready to share your skills. What is the song that they're playing for you as you're walking up to the microphone?
The song they're playing for me is, as cheesy as it might sound, is Return to Innocence by Enigma.
Oh, I love that song.
Yeah, because I often get people saying that I really help them to be themselves. So And that song has always really touched my heart. It's always really resonated strongly in my heart. So I'll be the champion for people coming into their true selves, especially this year.
Cool. Oh, I love that. I love that. So
Did she freeze?
Am I?
No, I think she froze.
Okay, well, I'm going to go over with the announcements then. But first, Jessica, thank you, thank you. I've been reading some of the beautiful comments from people who have enjoyed sessions with you, and for people that have enjoyed a beautiful session today. And I can see how well loved you are, and it's so beautiful. So, thank you, thank you, thank you for sharing your skills and the activating light language within us. I feel that my own inner heart temple, it was radiant, but now it's a greater radiance, and it's like, yay. So thank you for that. And at Spirit Sessions here, each week, we one of us gives away a free session. And so this week it's my turn. So for who shared the show out last week that won a session with me, Sherry Merritt, it's you. And I know you're pretty excited about that because you shared it out so much. So thank you, Sherry. And I'd like to point out that this Wednesday, it starts at 6:30 p.m. I'm going to be part of Deepil Shah's global gathering, where since the beginning of COVID, she's been gathering different healers together, and not just healers only, but the sound bowl healers, all kinds, to put together these beautiful little series that she calls the Global Gathering. And this Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time, I'm going to be one of the presenters. And so I'd be excited to have my Spirit Sessions family over there with me. And I believe DePaul has put the link in. I don't know. Let me see if I can. Okay, that looks good. There's a link that you join, and it's free Zoom meeting. And it's going to be fun. I can't wait to be a part of this, and I can't wait to see all of you there. And thank you for signing up, Nancy. I appreciate that. Are there any announcements that I'm missing, Bex? Oh, Rhonda has 2 more questions.
Right, that was it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Jessica, I'm going to ask you like this. Jessica, what is your favorite crystal?
My favorite crystal, I actually have it here,
Yay.
is this beauty.
Oh.
You can even see, like, it's magical, right?
Oh, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's an Endura. It's an Endura crystal. Oh, it's really loving, you guys.
Oh.
And it is connected to the Arcturian frequencies very strongly.
Wow.
And it's super, super magical.
Wow. That's awesome. And the one more, have extraterrestrials, extra dimensionals, are they here? Or have they visited, or are they visiting? Yes or no? What's your gut take on that?
My take is that they are here because we can connect with them through our inner worlds when we raise our frequency. And so, because there are different aspects of ourselves and we're all connected. So I think that they're here inside of us through our senses.
Interesting. That's a different way. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Jessica. Because I know we saw some. So it's a magical time. Thank you so much for being with us. Melinda's here, and she was with us in Shasta. She said, you blew your socks off. You speak to my soul, Jessica. I'm still vibrating. So, yeah, I think we all are, Melinda. So I'm glad you summed it all up that way. And thank you so much for bringing our vibe up today, giving us some more fun and joy in our life, and getting us closer to that 5D world. We really appreciate you. And please, if you watch this again, replay Jessica's meditation and her light language again if you need another buzz this week. And you can join us on veryparanormal.com as well. And we'll see you next week. So much. Thank you so much.
So much for having me on. Thank you for allowing me to share my gifts. Thank you for being here and raising your consciousness and bringing such beautiful light to the planet. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you. And if you're wondering about Teresa's summit, please just go into our page. There's a connection right there. There's a posting for it there as well. Thanks. Thanks. Take care.